Hello, beautiful ones. This is Natalie Restored, your awakening and lightworker mentor. Welcome to this podcast. Welcome to this podcast that I kind of put on pause for a little while. I was just using other ways to communicate with you, but because there's so many things happening energetically that it becomes hard for me to plan them during the day. Sometimes I'm receiving guidance. It's 9 p.m., it's late at night, and if I don't record them right away, then it's being forgotten, something else comes up. But this one is important, and this topic is about actual energies. So stay with me and share this podcast if you feel that the content was important or bringing you some clarity and insights around what is happening right now. So, actual energies have something quite specific, and it is important to really mention them. Actual energies are more powerful because of the layer of illusion, the veil of illusion around the planet. So, this veil of illusion was actually it has two layers, but let's talk about one layer. I will talk about the details of it in a different communication. So the the actual layer was meant to stop human beings to really experience life on earth to its fullest. So not only have we been blocked from our intuitive abilities, from our feeling of connection to all that is, to all that we are, this feeling of separation, of abandonment, of disconnection is pretty much a feeling we're all born with. And it's not just ancestral or societal. There's a feeling of separation. Normally, a human being born should be happy. It should be like, oh, well, this is what I have decided to experience with these parents in this town with this mission. So that's exciting. I'm just following my dream. Now, the veil of illusion disconnects you from most of the energies coming from your higher self. And you're stuck with limited access to your intuitive powers, to your telepathic and all the clairs, telepathic abilities and all the clairs, and you're stuck mainly with your ego and subconscious mind. And you have to simply deal with this. And because you forget that you're more than this, because you have been suppressed from accessing this extended version of yourself, well, then you think that this is the reality. Everybody thinks this is the reality. So, this is what it was and have been for a long time. Even the channelers and the psychic beings from 20 years ago could only channel in a certain way. Now it's becoming widespread. More and more people are believing it's true, and they're doing everything in their power to dedicate time and energy to reconnect to their intuitive self. So it's almost as if energetically your brain was saying, from my will, from my desire, from my motivation, from my deep inner focus, I will pierce the veil of illusion and connect directly to my higher self. So it started with a very strong desire, an earth desire, and the communication between people who strongly want to develop their intuitive abilities is so powerful that it has been received by our higher selves, and all galactic and light energies. And that communication between us light workers, new light workers, or seasoned light workers, that will, that drive, that motivation is really dissolving the veil of illusion. So, interdimensional communication, so higher vibrations and lower vibrations on the planet are communicating, so we see more of these energies. And then there's, of course, all those cosmic energies that are really powerful. So everything seems to align, whether you feel it or not. We are more receptive to feel and believe that we're more than just human beings. We're starting to remember here on Earth and not just when we cross over. So that's such a big gift. And then all those cosmic energies are again responding to what we send as a vibration. So as I said, right now there's something really unique, is that cosmic energies are feeling our receptivity to the changes. So I'm not going to talk about what's happening collectively, but let's talk about what is happening for the individuals. And that's a topic I will develop this coming Thursday, June 20th, on the day of the solstice. Doesn't matter if for you it's summer or winter. Energies will be as potent. I will focus on developing what I'm sharing with you today, because it's going to shift us again to another level until the next one, which could be in a month. At this point, it's let's deal with every phase, at a time. So all the solar and cosmic energies are so powerful that when they reach us, they're doing such a cleansing work that we don't even have the time, nor the energy, nor even the knowledge to actually know what they're clearing. But we feel it, but we don't know exactly what. So these energies are connecting with our cells, with our light codes, and they create a fusion, a collaboration of energy. And within seconds, sometimes it can take a day to absorb them, but the healing work, the recalibrating work is done very quickly. And it's purging you from old trauma. Most of them at this point are childhood trauma or ancestral trauma. For many, it can be also karmic, but it's so quickly. And as some of these blocks and fears and trauma might be related, might be connected by some kind of a historical events, that once you clean one, you clean the whole connection, the whole trauma um, cluster. And when that leaves your body because it's quote unquote burnt away by external energies or cosmic energies, galactic and light energies, it is really tough for the mind and the body to understand what is happening, why there's a surge of energy, and an hour later you feel depleted and you feel tired as if you had worked hours and hours. So if that is something you're experiencing, really highs and lows, so it's true, it's more exciting to experience a high of energy because we feel happy, we feel connected, we feel driven, we feel that everything is possible. What is less um, agreeable is whenever you feel down energetically, and that down, as I explained it, where I explained where it's coming from, that down sometimes, because we're programmed this way, that down we usually associate it to something we have done during the day or a thought we had, and we start to blame ourselves. We start to feel guilty. And that is what needs to stop. And this is what we're going to work on during the solstice revelation experience on Thursday. There's a whole reprogramming of how we're dealing with our emotions, how our body is is receiving like codes, transmuting them, changing them, releasing them. It's There's nothing that I have experienced in my life and from observing others that is close to the period we're going through right now. It has started a few days ago and will definitely increase in energy in the next days. So, again, what we want to understand is how to respond to this when we feel overwhelmed, um, when we feel depleted, when we feel sad and extremely fatigued, and we don't understand why, and we start to feel down because we're evaluating ourselves and our actions. What have I done? What what did I do to really create this reality? I was okay an hour ago or yesterday. But as soon as you realize that there's a deep purge, a deep healing and cleansing happening, and that your body cannot process the depth at which it is happening, then you start to understand why your brain panics and why your body needs time to integrate. So, again and again, I will tell you, just go and visit one, have a session with a healer, have a session with a channeler, practice some magic on you, drink water, bathe, do whatever allows your nervous system to calm down. Because you won't be able to function like usual with these energies. There's a need to completely revamp your day to day experience and not to blame yourself if you feel more tired than usual and the following day you're ready to conquer the Everest. At this point it's that crazy, but once you understand that your body is simply attuning to its original coding, again, the veil of illusion is thinning out, and depending on where you are in the world, the massive interest in psychic gifts and healing arts can support your awakening. You can channel and be awakened from any point of, you know, on this planet. But you always have external energies, and some external energies may somehow impact this whole process. So for some people, it will feel easier because the town they're in or the state they're in or the community they're in kind of offers services, and people are open to these conversations. That helps so much integrating the changes. If you're in a place where it's hard to talk about these things, then the local energy will be a little bit denser. So everything is important at this point, but you're aware of how it's working. So on Thursday, this is what we're going to do. We're going to work on quote unquote reprogramming your system, body, mind, so they understand what's happening and they don't freak out anymore. We need your nervous system to not be on flight, fight, freeze, or fawn mode, because this is exhausting on the top of the recalibration that is happening. So we'll work on that. We will upgrade your comprehension, your overall comprehension of what is happening. We will work on the body's upgrade as one of your major intuitive channeling tool. And we will talk about the energy the energies of abundance, they are shifting. They really are shifting. And I have channeled some kind of process. It's not really a process, it's just a very quick way of reacting to these energies. And to conclude this podcast, I would like to also mention that not only are bodies interacting with cosmic energies and all the solar flares and the light codes and everything coming from space. Think of it. These energies are coming through the atmosphere and you receive them. And I'm not talking about the um, the atmospheres filtering, anything that is highly radioactive in a certain way. I'm not talking about that aspect. I'm talking about the energetic, spiritual, and energetic aspect of this. So those light codes are activating your own light codes, the solar flares are shifting your reality because it's pushing you to clear, purge, clear, clear, and just be ready for the next phase. It's pretty much what we're doing on a daily basis. That same energy is reaching the surface of our planet and going through the soil and reaching the core of our planet. And Gaia is doing exactly what our bodies are doing. It's receiving these energies at a different frequency and it's trying to adjust, understanding what are you activating in me. And she's like us. She is clearing. She is purging the old. She is purging everything she has done, everything she has witnessed as we are on her surface, so she sees everything. She has things to cleanse because she's awakening. People use the term ascending. So once she purges her, let's say, cleansed and energy, well, some go back to the core and stay there, but some are coming back up to the surface and are being sent back to the universe, to space. So, what do you think? This energy coming from the center of the planet, originally coming from space, is again coming back through us. So, not only do we process ourselves what is coming from outside, but we also process what Earth has processed that is sent back again to a surface, back through our skies, our atmosphere, and back to space. So, we are receiving parts of our healing, we are receiving parts of our shift, of her new energy. So if the term bombarded feels heavy, but it's pretty much what we're experiencing. We're experiencing energies coming from everywhere. And our body's trying to say, what am I supposed to do with everything? It's a lot at once. So the body doesn't know, but you know now. You know that there's nothing to cleanse, there's nothing really to there's something to cleanse. They're correcting me. There's something to cleanse, but your body, it knows how to do it. Sometimes we need a little push, and that's what we do when we work together, or you meditate, or you go in nature, whatever feels good for you. But there's a natural cleansing and adaptive process that your body is already working with, but your brain doesn't know, and that's where there's a little conflict. So as soon as you know this, then trust the process, the healing process. And if one day you're tired and there's nothing explaining this tiredness, just do whatever feels good for the body and for the mind. And don't think that your life is collapsing. Don't think that you have to move, you have to change everything. At this point, nothing is meant to be drastic on an individual level when you're going through this. After that, we can talk about societies, we can talk about governments. That's another type of entity, that's another type of energy. We're talking to the individual right now. So I hope this helps, because get ready, this type of energy and this type of process is going to stay for a little while before our bodies transmute all this with consciousness. Our brain won't interfere and will say, "Oh, I'm tired, I'm resting." Perfect. We will give what our body needs. So everything is being activated a lot quicker. That is part of the process. So, beautiful ones, I hope this was helpful. Please share in the comments. And again, the invitation is completely open. You will love the solstice revelation. You will be able to keep the experience and replay it as often as possible. You'll be able to download it, but it will, it's like experiencing what I'm trying to explain in words, but really feeling it in your body and integrating it on an energetic level. You will love it. So I hope to see you there. And again, I hope sincerely that this conversation brought some clarity around what you're experiencing right now. And again, I do appreciate your comments and your insights and whatever you think about that. All right. It was nice to chat with you, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.